So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how Instantly.ai scaled to over $40 million in annual recurring revenue and became the #1 AI software company in the entire world, scaled faster than Slack, Shopify, and HubSpot when they first started, and breaking down their exact advertising strategies, their sales page CRO hacks so you can literally steal overnight to double your conversion rates for your own SaaS, and how they're able to scale faster than Slack, Shopify, and HubSpot, and how you can replicate all of this for your own software company, regardless of your market, regardless of your product. First insight is their positioning. So their core promise was, hey, you can scale unlimited amounts of cold email with no deliverability headaches whatsoever for one singular price, right? And that's one of their main value propositions, is the fact that they have a built-in lead finder. They have a built-in automated warm-up for your inboxes. They also have a Unibox, and now you're able to go ahead and pretty much buy all the inboxes inside of Instantly as well, and automatically be able to send everything out all in just one platform. So an all-in-one platform, right? And keep in mind, they had a competitor, Lemlist. They're doing $100 million. They're valued at $100 million valuation, and these guys scaled faster than them just because their offer positioning and their core messaging, right? And I'll pretty much go over the pain points that they solved in order to do this, right? So first things first, a lot of the people using Lemlist, they looked at their competitors, right? Some of their competitors being Instantly, Lemlist, Reply, and they looked at them and they're like, okay, so what are some of these issues that these users are experiencing? A lot of people, high barrier to entry into cold email. A lot of complexity when it comes to cold email. Everyone had to pay per each individual inbox, and they had a lot of issues with spam, right? And so what Instantly did was like, okay, what can we do to pretty much minimize all of these little pain points and solve every little one of these gaps that that this industry has, right? And so in that case, they went ahead and created an entire program under copywriting. They implemented an AI to pretty much look at all your cold emails and give you suggestions on what to improve. They have a Unibox, so now you can pretty much see all your inboxes in one place, but not only that, it'll give you AI recommendations on how to reply to each email based off what the prospect said. So it also helps you reply automatically as well, so that way you don't have to worry about copywriting, you don't have to worry about what works, what doesn't. And keep in mind, this was all backed by a cold email agency doing over $250K a month. These guys were cold email demons when it comes to actually understanding what copy works and what doesn't, and that's how they were able to create a really, really solid AI when it comes to replying. And Lemlist didn't do this, Smartly didn't do this, and a lot of other companies didn't, and Instantly did, right? They also implemented pretty much an in-house inbox Google reseller, so you're able to pretty much go into the software itself. You don't have to go to any third-party tool, and you can pretty much buy inboxes internally. On top of that, they allowed you to pretty much help you with deliverability, give you inbox placement tips, what to do in order to increase deliverability. They had verification. They have an entire program, A to Z, on exactly how to run cold email profitably. On top of that, very minimal UI, super easy to use. A lot of people just don't know how to do cold email whatsoever. Super high complexity. They made that super easy with their accelerator. Pretty much a full program, literally for free, that people would pay thousands of dollars to if they went to an agency, if they went to like some sort of external coach or consultant, right? And they did this all inside of their software. On top of that, they have a Facebook community, people answering questions, people engaging, people asking questions about leads, where to get leads from this place, that place, all that sort of stuff inside of their community. On top of that, they always have new insights coming out. Like, you go look at Lemlist, you go look at Smartly. These guys have, yeah, sure, insights coming out, but none of them are going viral. All these ideas instantly we're talking about their YouTube channel are going viral, which I'll get into later in this video, right? And so pretty much they became an all-in-one cold email software. And so what pulls users away from other softwares is, number one, the pricing is better than all these other SaaS companies. They solved the #1 issue in the market, being deliverability, and they became the all-in-one software for cold email. They looked at, okay, prospects have this issue, this issue, this issue, this issue. Let me pull all of these issues together and bridge the whole gap. They bridged the whole gap. They're like, okay, we'll automate your cold email, but solve all the other problems that you're struggling with. And that's why everyone went with Instantly. And they positioned their ad campaigns in a really, really strategic way that was ROI based, which I'll explain in a bit. Now, all the other competitors, super expensive. They had no inbox rotation, no educational side. They were just worried about, okay, software, no educational content. They didn't bridge the whole gap. They didn't have a program explaining how to do cold email at a high capability. They didn't have focus on deliverability. They just let people pretty much send emails and be subscribed to the software, but not help with deliverability at all. And these were more so backed by devs, not cold email agencies or agency owners, or just cold emailers that understood the market and what they were struggling with at a high level. They were just devs that built a platform and were trying to sell it, right? And so people don't want to learn 20 different tools, right? In Lemlist, you have to go get the leads from somewhere else. You have to go verify from somewhere else. You have to go, do the inbox placement. You have to go warm up. Obviously nowadays they have a lot more of these features added, but back in the day when they first started, head to head, That's why Instantly was able to scale faster than all these guys when they first started, right? They implemented all these little pain points and they solved everything, right? And so if you don't know me, I've generated over $1.1 million for my own software company and exited back in 2022. Now I'm pretty much able to live the dream lifestyle that I've always been dreaming of, and pretty much scaled all these guys, Beamly AI, Robert, Stealth, added over $45,000 in the span of 6 months to some of these guys' companies. Jamie went from complete zero to 350 demos per month. Anyways, my point is, I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I've scaled over 100 plus SaaS companies. We work with companies from complete pre-launch all the way up to companies doing 300K, 400K a month. And so in this video, I'm pretty much breaking down how Instantly did this, right? Now, first things first, the founders were Rio and Raul. These were two of the email genies that knew everything about cold email and how to go ahead and actually scale campaigns and actually how to go ahead and use cold email as an acquisition channel entirely. And that's what they did before. As you can see this was back in 2023, I was using Instantly myself. I've been a very, very long-term user of them. I was getting quite good results back in the day with them. Each opportunity worth 1K, 10 opportunities. As you can see, I got retweeted by their owner. And so I've been in the Instantly ecosystem for quite a long while. And so these guys were bootstrapped from complete zero to $10 million. No funding, nothing. And they're able to scale faster than Slack, Shopify, HubSpot, and a lot of these other companies. And if you go look at the average company, it takes 5 years to reach 1 mil. These guys hit $10 million in ARR in 15 months, which is absolutely absurd, right? And so if you go look, they launched 9 months ago, already beating half these other competitors in the industry, and they became the number one AI SaaS in the entire world. And if you go look at Google Trends, they literally blew up in 2023, 2024, 2025, and they're continuing to go up and up and up over the years. And this sort of growth is exponential. This is not some regular type of growth. And if you go look at the exact process that they use to pretty much acquire 100 plus leads every single 24 hours, is one of them was Twitter, right? And so I'll break it down here. So what they were doing is they were going out and pretty much going ahead and allowing people to get free value assets, right? So all these guys realized, okay, my ICP is people who are sending cold emails, like agency owners trying to get more leads. So they would give them free value, be like, okay, so I'm going to give away sales scripts, client onboarding, and timeline bonus sheets. If you want this, comment the word send, I'll send it to you, no worries. And they were farming retweets, they were farming comments, they were farming likes, and all these are potential leads, because not only are you going to DM them the free value, but you turn that free value conversation into a booked demo. That booked demo could be for Instantly, and you can tell them, hey, look, if you want to scale your agency past X amount, use this new tool called Instantly and master cold email. Here's the program, here's the software, you could try for $97 a month, no friction, and that's how we're getting a ton of users, is just literally giving tons and tons and tons of free value out, right? 300 potential leads, 1.1K potential leads, 400 potential leads, and you can imagine if you do this at scale, especially when you have other people coming into play that are really well known in the space for your ICP, you can tell them like, hey, look, I'm going to give you Instantly for free for a year. And this is what they were doing. They were going to people in their space like Leonardo, and they're like, hey, Leonardo, I'm going to give you Instantly for free for the entire year. Usually you have to pay like $2,000 for it. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is make a tweet. They were getting other people in their space to make tweets about how they got really, really good results, how they scaled their agencies, and they were all just plugging instantly. And these guys were getting cuts. As you can see, Harris did it, Leonardo did it, a few other guys. Obviously, the founders did it themselves, and they were printing users through this. I did the exact same thing with my old company, Next Consulting, where I was helping agency owners. I have pretty much a potential of 609 leads. All these guys can pretty much become actual users of my software. So if you think about it, it is an absolute lead magnet. And so if you guys want to do this for yourself in terms of execution, all you have to do is understand what your market is, who are some competitors in your market, and understand what are some frequent issues all these guys face, and how can I address an issue in the market and provide value towards that issue, and just ideate free value assets, right? Just ideate value. And when people see value in some sort of solution to their problem that they're facing, they're going to be commenting, they're going to be liking, they're going to be looking for the solution to their problem. And so that's why they're going to be pretty much going ahead and commenting on your tweets and then looking for that free value asset. When you send that over, you're able to message them and get them, have a little bit of a conversational workflow going on, a little bit of appointment setting, and get them booked in for a demo, show them the value in the software, and then sell them on that demo call, right? And so this is pretty much what Instantly was doing for quite a long while, and this is their Twitter growth strategy that they use to pretty much print hundreds and hundreds of leads, literally for free, all organically. Other thing they were doing is meta ads, obviously. So this is one of the fastest ways to scale any sort of company is meta ads. And you can see they had tons of ad sets up. 2 funnels they were running, right? One of them was a sales page. So obviously this is one they did a lot later on. Meta ads directly to a sales page. People would sign up, and then when they buy the product, they're able to book a call. They're able to see a quick start guide. And they're able to see instructional videos. They're able to have a competitor data transfer, basically saying, hey, if you're on SmartLead, you can easily transfer over to Instantly. Just drop your inboxes in chat. We'll get it loaded to your account. stuff like that we're doing to pretty much take away from their competitors and add to Instantly's user base. And they had a whole sequence for people that didn't buy, right? The other funnel they were running, this is what I would recommend for a lot of SaaS companies that aren't doing the most amount of revenue that Instantly did. If you don't have much data, you never ran ads before, you're relying on word of mouth, run ads to a lead form, and then you're able to call all these leads in 3 to 5 minutes. Every single time someone opts in, call them, get them on the phone, ask them questions of like, okay, what got you interested in the ad? Why? What are some pain points? And then you're extracting pain points. And the reason why we want to do that is you're getting pure data from your target audience, and you can leverage that in your ads and create winning ad funnels. Literally what we do at SaaS Launch, we call all the leads and be like, okay, so like, what exactly are you struggling with? Okay, your word of mouth, you've never ran ads before. Okay, cool. Why is that? Oh, you think ads are expensive. You've burnt a lot of money in the past. Okay, cool. Then we have these angles that we could use on these sales calls to pretty much break these limiting beliefs and sell them on the product, right? And so same thing with your software. You can go ahead and take angles on this triage call, book them in for a demo call, sell them on the demo call super easily. What most SaaS founders do is they just do ad to sales page and they have no data. They have no idea what type of leads are coming in. It could be unqualified people. It could be tire kickers. It might not even be their ICP, and they're just sending them to their sales page. And they think, oh, my sales page is the problem. In reality, it's the targeting within the meta ads that are not even correct. So you have to finalize step one. So once you have qualified leads come in, then you can go ahead and send them to a sales page or a book a call page. But at first, I would recommend doing demos, no matter what type of software you are, unless you're really low ticket, and then moving over to doing sales page funnels. Okay, and so the main metrics that actually matter is cost per qualified lead, cost per acquisition, cost per qualified lead, and cost per qualified call. These are like the majority of the metrics we got to care about. Cost per lead doesn't really matter because, again, we can get cost per lead at $2, but doesn't mean that they're qualified. So we want to make sure the people that are coming through are actually qualified leads. So again, cost per qualified lead matters, cost per qualified call matters, cost per book call and cost per lead. These are normal metrics that are like, okay, cool, this is our costs, but are they qualified or not? That's the main thing we want to look at when it comes to just analyzing ads in general. And so the way ads work is you're not losing money. A lot of people think, oh, I'm investing into ads, it's really expensive. You're not going to be losing money. You got to realize the actual real way to run ads is you need some sort of quote unquote burn budget, right? And this is why paid ads requires a burn budget and a certain amount of money to go ahead and get an ROI. So when you spend money at the start, you're not spending money to get a ROAS, you're spending money to go ahead and get data. So you need a burn budget, right? So like this client spent $700, got 28 leads. We have a lot of data of what creative works, what creative doesn't, what creative brought us the most qualified leads. And then we know, okay, this messaging style, this hook, and this creative did the best. Let's scale that up, right? And so at the start, you're literally spending, imagine you spent $1,000 among 10 ads, 9 ads flopped, one made you $450. It doesn't mean you lost $550. It means you actually just bought data. You spent $1, made $5, and now you're going to cut the losers, double down on what actually worked, right? And so this is why paid ads will pretty much work again and again and again. And a lot of people think, oh, paid ads is not going to work for my ICP. Listen, if you've sold more than 5 people, or if someone else in this world has sold more than 5 people in your ICP, that is pretty much proven that people will buy your product. And I can almost guarantee you 98% of the time, you're going to be able to find these type of people on Facebook and Instagram. Therefore, it's just about finding them and marketing it that in a way where it entices them to work with your product, right? A lot of people have tried ads. It didn't work for them. Again, ads is a whole art. It's not something that's like, okay, I'm just going to launch ads, it's going to work. No, there is a lot of psychology, a lot of funnel, a lot of strategy that goes behind ads in order to make it work, right? And so pretty much what Instantly did, very similar thing. They scripted out 3 hooks, 1 body, $50 a day budget, and they had a very frictionless landing page and a very frictionless lead form. And at the start, they were having people opt in with their name, email, phone number, nothing else, right? Super simple. Add, lead form, calendar page. Super simple. Reason being, when you have no data, you don't want to add friction to the funnel. You want to keep it as simple as possible. So they were going add, lead form, calendar page. As simple as that, and that's what's going to actually work, right? And so that's pretty much what you guys want to do when you're doing any sort of book a call funnel. If you're doing sales pages and you do add to sales page, you need to understand, okay, are first the leads coming in, are these people qualified? If they aren't, make sure you do add to a lead form. Make sure in between here there is some sort of lead form. That way you can extract, okay, are these people that are coming in actually qualified? And once you know they're qualified, then you can go add directly to the landing page and you're good to go. Now, the main thing that I realized, so like the main thing you guys got to look at is like make sure your landing page is optimized for your ICP. So for example, Instantly, one of their big target audiences were agency owners. So they were like, okay, let me just create a whole landing page for agency owners and describe all their problems and resonate with them as much as possible. Because when your marketing resonates with your ICP at a very, very high level, you're going to get the best conversion rate because they understand the offer, they like the messaging, it resonates with them, and it looks like your product is specifically designed for them. And that's why you're going to get a much better conversion rate, right? And so when you do this overnight, you're pretty much able to go ahead. If you're making like 1K a day with your ad campaigns, if you're making 1K, you're probably going to do 2K now with this insight alone. So whoever your ICP is, go ahead and make a actual landing page oriented towards them specifically, and that's what's going to work, right? And so a few other things Instantly is doing. Number one, their community. So they have, this is an old screenshot, I believe they have around 60,000 members now, and they're just providing providing value, answering questions, and just a ton of people are asking different questions about email, and they're going in here, nurturing them, sending free value assets, getting them to watch the Instantly Accelerator, and just go ahead and giving value like this, how to land in the inbox, like pretty much disclosing how deliverability works, why you're landing in spam, how to get out of spam, stuff like that, right? They also have really good SEO, right? If you go look at Instantly, 60,000 organic traffic, which is absolutely insane, 47% in the US, a lot of people searching them up. They're doing quite well with organic SEO, right? Other thing they're doing is consistently providing updates, right? Like if you go look at Netflix, why do they have such a good retention rate at Netflix? One, because obviously they have the most amount of deals throughout any other network provider, but two, they're always releasing new stuff. And that's the number one reason why, right? Imagine your software, you always have new stuff coming up, new updates, consistently giving the users a reason to stay another month. And that's exactly what Instantly is doing. That's exactly what a lot of successful SaaS companies do, is they release new features, new things that people can look forward to, so that way they stay on board and they're like, oh, I want to try that. I want to be on board for this new feature. This is going to be a game changer, right? So for example, Instantly released AI reply agents. So now instead of having an inbox manager, they're like, okay, just use AI, right? Just give me the framework, give Instantly the framework that you want to use to reply to different scenarios, and then it does that for you, right? The AI reply agent. And so that's exactly what they did, right? And so that's the reason why Instantly was able to scale faster than anyone else, right? No one else in the market right now is doing AI reply agents, which is another reason why their messaging and positioning works really well, and that's why they're able to scale faster than anyone else. Other thing, email marketing. They're always providing value, always directing people towards some sort of value, right? They had a whole event with Hermosi, one of the biggest players in the entire space when it comes to the agency space, and how he was actively using Instantly itself. So this is a ton of social proof that they're building, and they created a whole masterclass on this to build a ton of trust around the market because everyone loves Hermosi. I'm a sucker for Hermosi, I have to admit it. So yeah, there's that. Other thing, they are blowing up on YouTube. They are consistently posting new trends, so things that people usually search for, right? This AI agent will replace your sales team, right? Never reply to emails again. Let this AI agent do it for you. This is a brand new insight in the market. Not a lot of people are doing this, right? They introduced this into the market, right? How to get clients using ChatGPT agent, right? And they're just posting stuff that goes viral, things that are trending, and they're pretty much just looking at ideas that are working in the market and just replicating it for their channel. Like, for example, how to scrape data from any website using DeepSeek. This is a video that went absolutely viral, and this is driving tons and tons and tons of traffic towards Instantly and the product itself, even though it isn't directly related to Instantly, right? And that's the reason why a lot of SaaS founders don't succeed, is they're just creating content specifically geared towards their features, their software, and that's not going to blow up. What's going to blow up is what people are looking for actively in the market and what's trending. So leveraging trends is absolutely huge. So they're trend jacking from others, and then also linking this back with the value of their product, which is their cold email tool. So if you guys got value out of this, go ahead and book a call down below with us, and we'll go ahead and come into your business and build a full go-to-market strategy specifically geared towards your software company, where I come in and build out your guys' offer, your messaging, your paid ad systems, and your sales processes, and exactly the way we would scale it to add an additional $50K in monthly recurring revenue. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and book a call down below, and I'll see you on the other side.